I first heard about this movie when I was roughly, I don't know, 15, 16. Robert De Niro, John Cazale, John Savage, Meryl Streep, and Christopher Walken are all really great in this movie. I was thinking, what does this have to do with hunting deer? And, there's a part of it that goes on in The Deer Hunter from 1978. 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. A film of great courage and overwhelming emotional power. Winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Director. One of AFI's top 100 films of all time. The Deer Hunter follows a group of Pennsylvania steelworkers from their blue-collar lives hunting in the woods, the Alleghenies, to the hells of Southeast Asia during Vietnam. Academy Award winners Robert De Niro and Christopher, my name sounds like a sneeze, Walken, star in this unforgettable saga of friendship and courage. Experience the brutality of war and the depths of emotional strain on the human spirit in this extraordinary, powerful film classic. No 4K release, but that's irrelevant because this movie is powerful. It is powerful. It is sad. It is a look at just the way how war impacts and makes you just changes lives forever. There are 3 acts. There's one where they're reading when they are exiting from the steel mill to a wedding, a Russian wedding, which was pretty dang cool. Then you get the war going on, where it includes that infamous Russian roulette scene, which I will get into and then the effect that it has as they all try and get readjusted to society. I mean, when I was watching this, thinking, okay, so it's all kind of happy and everything, with music playing up until a member of the armed forces comes in, goes straight and has a drink. They try communicating with him, but nothing much. It's just he's just silent. He's obviously been ravaged by war and everything, and it's just it sets the tone from things going to be, pretty dang good, pretty happy, and then slowly things start to just escalate. Holy crap. I mean, when they are going to hunt, they talk about, I guess it was the one bullet, one kill philosophy that one of them, Michael, I think, has, where he takes out a buck in one shot, which kind of ties in the motif of the gravity of like what happens when you take a life, and how you can pretty much just unalive, I guess is the phrase of the deer that comes in later, of the weight of killing and everything, and especially when it's done with the Russian roulette for the Viet Cong. I believe it's like how they're just pitting the GIs again, saying like, hey, one bullet in the chamber, spins it around, and it's like, will you be able to survive? And it's done 3 times. The intensity gets higher and higher, particularly the second one. And the first one is just kind of done with by just this gang of them. The second one, they kind of make it like a spectacle with a crowd and everything, and it's intense, man. It's freaking intense. But there has been really no documented evidence documented evidence of like that the Vietnamese were doing this. This is just done more for, I don't want to say shock's sake, but it's there on Wikipedia. I'm sorry, it's like 12:30 in the morning. I'm a little tired, but when it was done here, it's just like, holy smokes, At the same time, the Vietnamese were kind of changed the way how warfare was done. For example, saying like, hey, instead of just eliminating the opposing side, injure them, and then have that way 2 people will come and rescue them, and you can eliminate them as well. So they had all the tunnels where they could hide and everything, and it's just ruthless. Obviously, performances here are freaking great. Michael himself is trying to get back to adjusting, but he won't for a while because, it's like he's got the hero's return. But what he sees, he wants to avoid all the celebrating and everything. So he goes around, drives for a while. Eventually, he does come back and starts to get to be sexually involved and emotionally involved with another person, with one of the ladies. So it's him, and then there's another guy, Steve. He has 3 of his extremities removed. Still has 1 arm. As I'm just looking at him, just like, this is like the loss of innocence. With their little small town, I forgot where, before they get shipped off to Vietnam. So, it's like they're having the laughter and everything else, the swear words and the hunting and just being out there in nature. But then when all this shit happened, like the Russian roulette and being captured and everything, it's just fuck. And there's one guy, Nick, who becomes so addicted to it that he takes drugs and everything, and just like right at the end, that Michael goes back and eventually does find him after paying probably over $10,000, I think, to find him. And it's like he's been so traumatized or brainwashed or whatever it was that the soldier there doesn't recognize him. Right up until they mention about the one-shot principle, which he does, and he realizes that he's been damaged beyond repair, and so just does that right there in the end, quick, effective, right there in Saigon. Jeez, it's a brutal, powerful movie. Cinematography, especially, Vietnam, that captures I guess you could say, the essence of it, with all the motorcycles and everything. Jeez, obviously it's, just from the happiness, the slow transition into the hell that's going on there. No, like, basic training. That took me by surprise. I think this may be one of the few, war movies that doesn't have basic training. So I'm like, well, okay then. But still, sorry, this is a powerful, powerful movie at 3 hours. What can I say? I guess when they're escaping from where they were captured, and like you think they're going to be rescued, but one of them are not, breaking their legs, but eventually, they all do get rescued and everything else. But in the end, it's just great courage and everything else. So yeah, I would tell my 15-year-old self to watch this, and I would also tell my 15-year-old self, don't listen to what any politicians say about war. Listen to the stories that the veterans say, rather than some suits. So yeah, that's what I think. Mandatory watch, Deer Hunter.